I haven't seen him yet.
Okay.
Okay, hey everybody. We were just talking, doing a little conversation, trying to wait on a few more people to get into the house. But for those of you that plan on joining us tonight, and those of you that is already in and we haven't noticed you, we just want to let you know that we want to welcome you to the OGs, where we do and say what we want to do and say, because we old like that. But as we was just holding a conversation about some of the plants that we have already pulled and some of the plants that we're bringing inside is some of the plants we've been talking about. Hey, Mike,
Hey, Mike.
glad to
Mike.
see you. Glad to see you. Glad to see you, Mike. And what the temperature be like where you at, Mike? Hey, Carmela, how you doing? Glad to
Hey,
see you.
Carmela.
Glad to see you. Now that's one of my good friends right there, Carmela, and
Okay.
I'm gonna have her on this live for too long. After she
Okay.
get everything straightened out, we're gonna have her on here. But so, Carmela, go over and check Miss Shirley OG out and see what she putting down.
Show me that you like me just a little bit.
But we hadn't really started our conversation. 47 in Minnesota,
Ooh,
30
wow.
tonight. Well, you got Mike, you
Hey,
get a little
unbiased.
close down. Hey, I'm boss. Hey, Tag. How you doing, Tag?
What's up, Tag? How
Uh,
are you?
Tag, what's your temperature? Hey, Kason, how's your temperature? Kason,
Yeah.
glad,
Good.
glad to see you all coming in and joining my sister. Hey, Grease.
Bree, what's
All
up?
right. Well,
Hello,
you
free
drive. Be
spirit.
careful now. Be careful, Grease. Hey, free spirit. Beautiful soul. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, free spirit, I think, is down there in Australia, isn't she?
Yeah, it's in another country, so it's daytime where
Yeah.
they at.
Yeah, Umbau says cooling down in Louisiana, 69 degrees. Hey, Homesteader Rachel,
Oh, hey,
I
Rachel.
see you out there. See you out there looking for you and myself some more meat.
Right.
Thank you so much, Rachel. I haven't finished up the other that you sent me. Okay, Free Spirit says midday there. Hey, G Mama.
Yeah,
There
I
she
knew it had to
is,
be
G Mama.
daytime. Yeah, what's that growing hard in the garden? What's up, G Mama?
Yes, G Mama.
Happy Mac, Happy Mac. He says,
What's
she
that?
said it's a crazy 6 degrees in
Unique
upstate New
Garden?
York.
I think that's Unique's Unique Garden. Glad to see you. I hope
Yes,
I hope I pronounced it right.
I think I saw
Unique.
her on another live where she said her grandmother's middle name was Eunice and she's unique. Yeah.
Unique. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
Ernie.
Thank you. Yeah. I like what Happy Max said. He says it's a crazy 60 degrees in upstate New York, so much nicer than 23 like the other day. Woo!
Woo, man.
23. That's sure enough cold snow day.
Yeah, I'm down here. I'm down here worrying about 62 degrees and 63 degrees, and Happy Mac and them got up there 20 something degrees.
Yeah.
So I feel you too.
It's this here.
Well, send me some of that gumbo you making there, boss.
Doing well, thank you. My analytic
Hey, Miss
Gardner's
Norris, how you doing?
1946 later than night. Wow.
Going down to 46. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Well,
cold.
from what I understand from the almanac, Farmer's Almanac is we supposed to uh, get some cold or cool weather a lot earlier this time than we did last year.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike said, let him borrow a bowl of that, boss. Since you're making that gumbo, just send us all a bowl of it.
I made a big dinner tonight because I just had a taste for it. Me and my girlfriends went to the farmer market this past Saturday, and he had my regular guy Adam. He has such good veggies there at his stand. So we were and okra. I got a whole lot of good stuff. And when I made my greens today, I had a cabbage that was about ready to start going bad, so I cut that up, mixed it with my greens, and then I throw some okra in there and cook that all down. Had some sweet potatoes. I made some cornbread, and what else I had? Oh, and I marinated and
Uh-oh.
roasted my chicken.
Oh,
So yeah.
yeah, I don't know what it is, or whether it's just a weak internet signal here or what, but
Hey Cheryl. Yeah.
uh,
Hey
Happy
Fran.
Max and my grandpa always said, winter ain't coming unless the swamp is full. We need so much rain, winter won't get here until Deborah's at this rate.
Well, it's raining right now here. It's been raining all day on and off, and the temperature then dropped another 5 to 10 degrees. So I got my sweater on. I got my little heater here. I won't turn my regular heat on until the 1st of November. So it's damp, and I'm feeling it in my bones. Me and Arthur is going steady right now. I'm not liking him right about now.
And she not talking about the Bambi author either. She talking about
I got
Homemade Riders. Hey,
hey,
Linda, how you doing, cousin? She talking about old riders, them rider boys.
uh, them itises,
Yeah,
arthritis,
them
bursitis.
riders. But anyway, people, what
Hey,
our
Linda.
subject is, what our subject is tonight is always learn from your previous mistakes. Always learn from your previous mistakes. And we just gonna chat a little bit about that is because now one of my biggest mistakes was that all of you guys have been following me know that I like okra. You know that, and I like to grow plenty of okra. But I think my biggest mistake was planting my okra too soon. I really do, because it was right in the middle of the heat, right in the middle of the dry season. I always try to plant it on Good Friday. That's the Friday before Easter. But it didn't work this year. So I learned a lesson. I'm going to wait next year until the weather at least warm up, at least where the ground is good and warm at night. So that was just one of the lessons that I've learned from past and previous experience. Now I got a whole bunch of them, so I'm not gonna share them all at one time. I'm gonna give you guys a chance to say something and tell me some of you all uh, learning experience from some past mistakes.
G Mama said her heat is on right now, so she ain't waiting till November.
Well, I can understand that now. I can understand that.
And Mike said his heat's been on for the last 2 weeks. Yeah, the weather
Well,
here do
hey,
it.
look, you do what you got to do. That's the way I feel about it. You
Yeah.
do what you got to do. And if Fran wasn't so hot natured, I would
You
have the
had
heat on
yours on, huh?
here, but that's why I got this jacket on. Yeah.
Hey,
No
Cassandra.
heat on the house,
Yeah.
but but we've already started buffering, but we're not gonna worry about that tonight. We're gonna go right on through with this live and weak internet or whatever. We're not gonna worry about it. Miss Cheryl said it's 52 degrees, no heat on here. Okay. Unique said this is another lie, but I've learned not to prune my peppers so much. All righty. All righty.
Wow. CC said
And
it's
CC said
yeah.
it's
We'll put some of that in a bottle in a jar or something, CC, and send it to me in the mail. Some sunshine and some heat.
still in the ace. You see, they do that. So we get also big. But glad to see you, CC. I don't know. I'm a nap and then get up. If he's around, he'll pop up. I'm sure he will.
Yeah, I haven't seen Jigs today, so I've seen him in another live, but I hadn't seen his face. So everybody's saying hello.
But we was talking about some of the mistakes we have in the front. I say,
You're breaking up, Bammit.
but
Bammit, I didn't hear a word you
what
said.
I was referring to, what have you?
You've been breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, we both. Yeah, we both breaking up, and we've been buffering.
Okay.
I'm just trying to work through it.
Yeah.
Just trying to talk right on through it. Yeah.
Okay.
So, like I said, I don't know whether it's the weak internet or it's something with StreamYard. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
But it starts off good, and then as we get into the subjects, then it won't start buffering.
Yeah.
So we're gonna work right through it. If I blank out, then you take over. If you blank out, then I take over. All right.
Okay. All right.
But you know, another thing that we wanted to talk about was loaning tools,
Yeah.
loaning your tools. Now, I think it's all right to loan your tools as long as you standing there with them.
Pretty much.
Because I got a little story to tell you all. Uh, I lent, I lent, I lent what they call a snake. I don't know. Some of you might not know what a snake is,
Plum.
but it's a long rod that you
Yeah.
push through to unclog sewer pipes and drain pipes.
Yeah.
But I lent that to a friend of mine's. He lent it to somebody else, and then when I go back to get it, he don't know where it's at. Then he remembered that he lent it to this guy. So I go to this guy to get it, and this guy tell me it's his. So then, here I am stuck in the middle of a rock and a hard place because I
Wow.
lent my tools to one person, and that person lent it to somebody else. I mean, I hate to say this, but where did they do that at? So
Yeah.
the best thing to do is not lend your tools. It's all right to have a handy person. I won't say handyman because it might be a handy lady to help you do things, and they use your tools while you there with them. That's all right because most people, most lawn care people, have their own equipment, have their own tools, and really and truly, you pay a certain portion of whatever you paying that person to do the job with. You paying a certain portion for that person using their tools.
My
At
old
least I think.
landlord, my old landlord, before he died, he stole my tools and then tried to tell me he didn't know what I was talking about because I had tools in the garage and they've been in
Hmm.
the garage for years. So I took them out the garage and put them in the basement. Then they disappeared
Hmm.
out the basement. And I was like, these tools didn't have legs or arms. How did they get up and walk out the basement?
Hmm.
And I
Hmm.
was like, you were the last person down there doing some work in the basement. When you left, so did my tools. But then he tried to tell me, can I prove it? And I was like, wow, okay, that's what we doing.
Hmm. Hmm. It happens, and that's one reason people can call me being funny or hateful or whatever they want to. I'm not
Yeah.
lending my tools
Yeah.
because in another case, I had a young man working with me, and this was back some years ago, and I had a blower that you put on your back. They had just come out with those kind, and this one was brand new, and I let him use it to do a job with one job that he was doing on the side, which was fine with me. But I found it at the pawn shop. I went in the
Oh,
pawn shop. Yeah, I went in the pawn shop to see about another tool I was looking for because I know you can get it cheaper at the guy at the pawn shop to sell. And then I see this blower. I said, that look like mine. I goes over there and turn it over, and on the bottom where I had put my name was my name printed on the bottom.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Did he give it to you or did you have to buy it back from him?
No, what I did is I showed it to him. I showed him my ID, and
Yeah.
then I asked him who pawned it. He
Yeah.
wouldn't give me that information because they have the little tickets with the name. That
Confidential. Yeah.
yeah, he wouldn't give me that information, but he said, "Well, I will tell you what, I'll let you have it back for half of what he pawned it for." I said, "No," I said, "I'll tell you what." I said, "Let me just call the authorities, and then we'll
Yeah.
settle it like that." Because you buying stolen goods.
There you go. Yeah.
And then what happened is I got it back.
I bet you did.
Yes,
He didn't
I
want
got
that smoke.
that's right. I got it back. But so that was one of the reason that Fran and myself came up with this topic is to stop loaning your tools because every time you loan tools, you got some type of static, a problem with it,
Yeah.
and then people get amnesia. They forget who the thing belonged to, and the first thing they do is they want to claim it.
Yeah. And you know what? That brings up another good point, Bammit, because I was borrowing certain equipment from folks, and then after a while, I was like, "Go ahead and buy your own. That way, you don't have to worry about borrowing any from anybody, and you don't have to worry about them asking for their stuff back because you didn't had it too long." So, I had asked my nephew to let me use his trimmer. It took him forever to finally
Mm-hmm.
get it over here, and he got three or four of them. So it wasn't like I was taking the only one he had, but it took him a minute, and a piece broke on it. I got a new piece and put it on there, and I still have his, but I ordered mine, and I got mine too. So when I'm doing a big job
That's
cutting
right,
down,
free spirit.
I use both of them. But I told him he can come and get his whenever he want. He gave me a battery operated trimmer. He has a gas one that he said he didn't need that back right away. I was like, all right, cool. But I want to let you know that it's here and it's not going anywhere. When you're ready for it, you can get it back. But I
Mhm.
was like, tired of asking folks for, my sister got a blower. I got one, but I got a small one. She had the big turbo
Mhm.
kind. So she let me keep it a couple
Mhm.
of extra days because it had been raining. But she came back and got it. But I want to make sure if I borrow anything from whatever it is, you get your stuff back. Because I might have to need to borrow it again. And if I didn't give it back the first time, it's gonna be, you know, people lose love for one another. I mean, they come to blows and
Yes.
killing each
Yes.
other over their stuff. So you
Yes.
can't do that to everybody. Some people don't like that.
Yeah, like Free Spirit said, neither a lender or a borrower be.
Yep.
You know, I, Ernie said he only lend out broken tools and hope they come back fixed.
Yeah.
But it's still the same thing.
What Ernie say, he'll be living and then he come back. Oh, it might.
Well, that's true, Miss Norris. That's true. Yeah. So, oh boy.
Yeah. That happened to me. My son, he came over to borrow some tools because he was trying to cut some lawns. So I lent him my stuff because I figured, he gonna make that extra money. So then when I
Mhm.
see him again, he decided to try something else. I said, well, where's my stuff at? He was like, oh, I thought you gave that to me. He pawned it and this. I was like, I said, would have been nice of you to ask me first since you got it from me. He said, well, I didn't think you wanted it. I said, who told you to think? That was my stuff. I'm trying to help you out and you give my stuff away. I was like, so where's the money for it? If you pawned it, that's my money. That shouldn't be your money. So I was
Hey,
like,
Shante,
yeah, I was like,
you're
that
so
was again. Yeah.
you you're so right. And then see the thing about it is a lot of times that you want to be good hearted. You want to do people favors. You want to help them any way you can.
Yeah.
But,
Hmm.
but a lot of times, hey, just gifted. A lot of times you need to go with your stuff. Really,
Yeah.
you do. So
Hey,
you can
Shantae,
bring it.
gifted.
So
Yeah.
you can make sure it gets back home
Yeah.
because, like Miss Nora said, people get amnesia mighty quick,
Yeah, they
mighty
do.
quick.
Yeah, but go ask them for something. See how fast you get something from them.
Yeah.
They want to
That's
read the
about as
mind.
that's about as bad as you go buy a skill saw and the skill saw is yours anyway.
And I like cool because you won't be getting this again. Yeah. So yeah. Or
Yeah.
they try to send you through the
Well,
rigmarole, as they say.
a
You
lot
know,
of
you
times that's the only way you can get the stuff.
yeah, you get a hard. They give you a hard time about borrowing something
Uh,
from them.
a lot, yeah. And a lot of times that's the only way you can get your stuff back is go buy it back. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's a shame.
And then too, who can you call on when you need help that you don't have to pay them? Do you have a person like that?
I do now. I didn't before. It was funny, Barry, when I had extra change and I would hire some of the guys in the neighborhood uh, to help me work in the yard. And then once they worked that 1 or 2 days, they don't want to come back talking about it was hard work. I was like, whoever told you garden was easy and it wasn't hard work? I said, and I let them know up front. what I'm hiring them for. I was like, I need you to help me move these bags of mulch or soil or whatever, bricks or whatever, over to the big garden, and we're gonna set this up, do this, that, and the other. Well, one, they didn't want to show up on time, and I had to pitter and patter and do other little stuff until they decided to show up. Two, they didn't want to stay that long, talking about I got something else to do. I was like, oh no, 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 no. I didn't pay him all the money at one time. I like, if you want the other half of this, you're gonna have to do the job. I said, you said you could do it, so I'm taking you as a man of your word. But then they
Mm-hmm.
would never come back. Now I got Nick Cole. Nick Cole show up every Monday or either Tuesday, according on what her off days are. And she helped me not only outside but inside. And she doesn't want anything. Like I gave
Mm-hmm.
her always gave her vegetables. If she worked in the yard, she took peppers or cucumbers or tomatoes or some kind of herbs home, as an exchange for she didn't want any money. She said she wanted to
Mm-hmm.
learn about gardening and she liked working in the yard just as much as I do. I was like, wow, I had to get a young lady to come in here to do stuff that these guys wouldn't do. We didn't lay so much
Right.
garden landscaper fabric down that I don't have to worry about weeds at all next year. And she's gonna help me. I got some chicken wire and I got a staple gun. And we finna build a frame around the garden and help keep the deer and stuff out. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
between me and her, we got so much work done. I couldn't believe how much work we got done in a month's time compared to the years that I have been asking folks to help me come over here and work in my yard. I was like, wow. And I love her. She'll be here tomorrow. I'm looking
Mm-hmm.
forward. Yeah. So,
Well,
yeah.
Miss Nora said her girlfriend, and Happy Max said the neighbor, and then the thing of it is I've had guys to volunteer and want to come and help me with the garden, but my thing is I won't let them come and help unless it's something that I know that they won't be trumping and stepping all over everything.
Yeah.
That that's
Yeah.
that's that's another thing with the garden my size is I got different stuff planted different places.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
But I'm the same way. My garden is not as half as big as the acres you got, Bam, and I still had that same issue. I was like, can you look where you stepping? You stepping on my flowers. And they talking about they all look like weeds to me. Oh. I was like, you know what? That's okay. Thank you. I do it myself, because you about to give me a heart attack. Because every time I turn around, you standing on something, and you talking about they all look like weeds to you, and I'm just like, oh, just move, because I'm about ready to hurt them, you know.
yes, yes. G, G Mama said she's an empty nester, so she had to do it by herself. She had to do it if she wanted it
Yeah,
done. She had to get in there and do it.
yeah.
She had to get in there and do
Well,
it.
since I've had this surgery on my leg, there's a lot of stuff I can't do. I can't bend down. I can't, take a shovel and push it in the ground to loosen up the soil. So I gotta have help. If I didn't
Hmm.
have this leg problem, it wouldn't be an issue. But now I have to humble myself and know my limitations. I put it to it like that. And she's willing and has been able to get down on the ground and put in the staples and the landscaping cloth and stuff into the ground and help me level out. This young lady is worth 10 guys. I hate to say it, but she's worth 10 guys.
Hmm. Well, that's
Yeah.
great. I'm glad you got her. I really am.
Yeah.
And Shantae,
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying about adult kids. They're not their thing. Well, that's is some of the. It's not a problem, but that's some of the trouble that a lot of the grown people are having because the gardening and stuff like this is not a lot of the younger people thing. It just ain't their thing. It ain't what they want to do.
Yeah.
But
But they want the benefits
you,
though of it, Bam it though. They want to eat the good fruit. They want to eat those fancy dishes that you make at home. But yet and still, as soon as you ask them to pick up a rake or even just drag me a water hose, oh, I ain't got time for this. I got this, that, and the third to do. And it's like, really? Is this what we doing? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it's the first thing you hear is send me some of that, give me some of this.
Yeah,
I really don't mind giving giving a person stuff out of my garden because a lot of times I plant more than Fran and myself gonna eat anyway, and I do a lot of planting for my kids. Well, I can't call them kids, for my children because both of them grown, and it just the idea if they want it, come get it. I'll show you how to pick it, and I'll show
yeah.
you what row to stay in so you don't step on my other stuff.
Hmm.
But do me a favor and come pick it. I got one cousin that he'll call me now that the okra is coming in. I know he'll call me, and he will come and cut his own and pick his own. That's what I like about him. And I don't mind him having it because he have volunteered and asked me if I needed any help. He'd come help me whenever it was time to plant the garden. But like I said, uh, I don't want people out there stepping on my stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
That's really my biggest thing because there's some spots in my garden I don't even let Fran come in.
yeah,
And Fran is a country girl. She know about gardening. But there's just some things that, she don't know exactly where I got it. She don't know
yeah,
what I got where. But then she I built those beds for her and that she's got inside the house. So she's feeding us. So that's a
yeah.
good thing.
Yeah, you got that
And
right.
she told me the other day that I was telling her she can come down there and help pick that okra. She said, "Oh no, you told me now I'm not allowed in your garden." I said, "Well,
So she threw it back at you, huh? She threw it back at
I
you.
told,
Said she don't want me down there stepping
I said,
foot. You pick that by yourself, huh?
yeah,
Oh, well.
well, she might have, that might be true. Hey, how's it going now, my buddy, Mr. Venden? That's another one of my good friends right there, Mr. Venden.
Oh, okay. You said
But
what's up?
yeah, that's Carmela's old man there.
Oh, okay.
Uh, Daryl, go over there and visit Miss Shirley OG and show her that you like her a little bit.
Please do. I like
Yeah,
Mr. Benden. Mr. Benden got a sense of humor. He said, "I need to borrow some tools." Got
yeah,
a sense of humor. Okay.
yeah. Well, now he know that if he needed it, he can get them because I know he would return.
Hey,
I know
Crafty.
that. I know that for a fact. Hey, Crafty. Hey, look here. You do what you got to do, and you do your job, Crafty. Don't worry about this. We're glad you came in there.
Yeah. Handle your business, baby girl.
That's right. That's right. Do what you got to do and take care of you and your family. We can understand about this being late and not showing up and stuff.
All
Because,
right. Say we need 5 more likes, y'all. Hit that like button and show you that you like us just a little bit. We'll be greatly
just
appreciated.
just a little bit. But we was talking about people coming helping you in your garden and not have to worry about paying them anything. But it's the same thing about as you get people to come and cut your grass or do your yard work. You don't mind them using your lawnmower or your hedge trimmer. You don't mind them doing that. That's different than lending the stuff to them. But a lot of those people you have to be careful of
Yeah.
because
Oh,
I
my neighbor
do.
next door, they cut down all her flowers. I was like, they just cut grass. I mean, they just cut. They don't know. They don't care if it's flowers. They don't care if it's blooming. I was like, that's why I'm glad I have no lawn over here. I got rid of my lawn a long time ago. It's row covers and flowers and veggies. There's no grass over here at all. And she paid me to plant some flowers in her flower bed in front of her house. And then she had a guy that came over to cut her grass. And I left out when I came home. He had came to cut the grass while I was gone. He cut all those flowers, everything that I planted, he cut down.
Mm. Hey, Georgia Peach Nut, glad to
Yeah,
see you.
she was mad. I was mad. And I was like, he's not a lawn man. He's just bootleg, just cutting grass. That's all he do. He don't care.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Miss Noraz, Miss Cheryl, is you was the inspiration for me doing that hydroponic drawing earlier, and I see you went and bought you one. I was hoping that you would win one of those that we were giving away, but uh,
Yeah.
we just gonna have to go out there and visit Craft Leo and set that hydroponic up for her.
But she said she
I
had
need
it
to
what
get
two,
Mike.
for 2 years and it ain't even out the
Yeah,
box yet.
something like that. Ain't even
Hey
out of the
George,
box.
2 years
I
still
guess
ain't
we're gonna have.
flying out the box, crafty.
I guess we're gonna have to take Mike down there and myself and you, Sister Shirley, and a
Yeah,
couple more people down there and set that thing up for a crafty.
yeah.
I tell you what, craft Leo, bring it down to the Soul Fest and we'll put it.
We'll hook it up for you. All you gotta
Yeah,
do is put
we'll,
it
we'll
back in
hook
the
it up for you.
take it home and plug it up. Yeah.
And the minute season they begin away down there, we might even put season for you.
That's what I'm saying. We'll hook the whole thing up. All she got to do is take it home and plug it in, because that's the only way crafty gonna get it. I had 2 years in a box. Even I pulled mine out and started using it. I mean, I hadn't used it like I'm supposed to. I like the light on it, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually playing some inside of it because I got somebody tagged me. Oh, that's what I need. I need some tomatoes. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
to do a indoor. So, yeah,
Well, those tomatoes that Mike was talking about, the ones that don't grow that tall,
yeah, the
what
micro,
was it? The
the
micro?
micro and miniature, yeah, those, yeah,
Oh, okay. That might be something that I might be interested in because I'm going to run, I think I'm going to run maybe two hydroponics this winter. I'm going to put the outside greens, but I'm going to try to run some hydroponics indoors. But I'm definitely going to run them as close to when they get close to spring, because that's where I'm going to get all my stars at.
yeah. Well, I found out this year how I finally got back into the swing of doing indoor dropping seeds so that I could plant out in the yard, and I was so surprised on just how natural it came back to me. Like, why haven't I been doing this since when? I was like, I didn't go out and buy any tomato plants because I grew all of them from seeds. And when I went to the farmers market, they have some starts and plugs. And I found out plugs is cool too. I plant them plugs and they was taking off in no time. I was just like, why have I been half stepping on getting my garden started? I was like, I guess I was just procrastinating and being lazy about it. But now that I know it's an easier way for me to do these things and that I know how to do it, oh, it's gonna be on for 2026. What did
Well,
she
that's a
say?
good thing, and
Back.
I'm gonna tell you, it's G Mama said, asked, did you get your package?
G Mama, I had, yeah, I told you, I guess you didn't see it. Yeah, I got the package and I said I'm doing a video on it. I got it Friday. What's today? Sunday. Yeah, I got it Friday. Uh, did you get the package? I sent you some micro drawer. You know what? I didn't say that. Okay. All right. I'll check that out. All right. Thank you.
Okay, Miss Cheryl said G Mama hooked me up with some seeds and given me some real knowledge. Yeah, knowledge is something that G Mama got. G Mama and Mike definitely have that indoor thing to the T, down to
Well,
the T.
well, so does you grow row. She the tomato queen.
Oh, okay, I'm all right. I've watched some of her, but I haven't looked at anything lately.
Oh no, she got it going on. She grow tomatoes like might grow figs. You okay? She have them going to the
Hmm.
roof. She got
Oh, okay.
that touch, and she's in a actual club for tomato seed growers, and she has varieties I've never heard of, and she gets them from all over the world. So yeah.
Oh, okay. I definitely need to hook up with her because I want to try some different tomatoes anyway this year coming. I need to try some.
What
And
friends? What?
I hear Fran in the back.
Yeah, so I said, what
She
she
talking
say?
about I definitely do. Something I most definitely do. Oh boy. You
That's
you
funny.
you hear in the background throwing shade, don't you?
I'm you know what? I wasn't gonna say nothing, damn it. I like Miss Fran. That's your house. You know, you in another state, boo. I'm
but
good.
but I I'm most definitely gonna hook up with you Row.
Yeah, yeah, you got to check
Most
out
definitely.
Rose videos on tomatoes, though. She be on them tomatoes. She have every kind of tomato
Mhm.
you could think of. She grow them inside in her hydroponics and outside. She has some serious ones in her
That's
garden,
it.
and they look just like the seed packets that she get, and they grew
Mhm.
and look just like the picture on the seed packets. It was just amazing to see uh, how many tomatoes, different varieties of tomatoes that she was growing.
Okay. Okay. Well, I definitely like fresh tomatoes. These greenhouse tomatoes, I'm telling you, they just can't. They just don't have no taste. You know the ones you get.
They not real tomatoes though. Bambi, I mean, they bland. They not juicy. It's watery. The skins is tough. They just nasty.
Hmm. Hmm. This is so true, and this was one of the reasons that I hated that the tomatoes that I plant outside this year didn't last that long because usually I'll be frying green tomatoes and eating red tomatoes, and by the time I ate some ripe tomato this year, all my other tomatoes was gone
Yeah,
because
I had it. Yeah, go ahead.
it just wasn't the it wasn't really the type weather for tomatoes here this past season. It was the heat,
Uh,
and it was something else really. But we talking about this growing stuff, and yeah, you're right, it's too hot. But we talk about this growing and stuff, and our kids and children don't want to do this thing because it's not their thing. But you know, it's uh, it's terrible out here, people. It's
yeah.
really terrible. It's bad, and there's no need of thinking that things going to get better. going to get better tomorrow because it's not.
Mike talked
And
about me, damn it.
what did Mike say? I didn't see that.
He said Miss Shirley could be awesome if she put water in it and not just use the lights. You talk about my hygiene. Yeah. Talk about throwing shade. Lord. Ooh, what is that? Ooh. Okay. But I did put
Yeah,
it
I
to use.
think he threw the whole brick that time, didn't
Wow. Yeah.
Hey, Trinidad.
Hey, Trinidad.
Okay. I'm glad. I am definitely glad to see as many of you that's popping in come in tonight. And as my sister Shirley have already asked you all to hit that like button because we was needing how many more?
Well, we needed 5 more. I don't know if they bought the numbers up. We about 2 short maybe now. Hey, Mona, sifting with soil and more.
Hey, Mona, she said, how you
Hey,
doing?
she said, how you
Well, we
been doing?
got a few more.
MIA. Yeah, you been MIA. You all right? Glad to
Well,
see you.
I think they're all leaving Miss Linda and coming over here and stopping by to holler at us, which we appreciate.
Yeah.
We definitely appreciate you stopping by, giving us a little shout out and giving us a little thumbs up, a little like or something. We
Mm-hmm.
definitely appreciate it. What my sister and myself are talking about tonight is getting your tools together. Hey, my Renaissance grandma,
Hey, my
getting
Renaissance.
getting your tools together and keeping them together and stop lending them to people that turn around and claim them. In other words, they get amnesia once they buy them and think that they belong to them.
And then I've had a case where I got a tool back, but it wasn't in the same condition that I loaned it to him in. And I'm like,
Usually,
I called him up and said, "Oh no, this is this is not acceptable. You have to fix this. I didn't give it to you like this. I don't appreciate." I was like, "Oh no, you have to fix this." They didn't, and we're no longer friends because I was like, that was just wrong. That was just wrong.
yeah, it causes you to lose friendship. And a lot of times it causes a little disturbance. And then you might have been the best of friends at one time. And that
Yeah.
normally those are the only ones that you will lend your stuff to is a good friend and a best friend. You know?
They were a neighbor, good neighbor for like 20 years. And
Hmm.
like you said, when you loan it out, you didn't think somebody would do you like that. But
That's
yeah,
true.
they showed their true colors. They
That's
showed
true.
their true colors. See it. Didn't hurt my feelings cutting them loose. I was like, because that shows you what you really think of me down deep. I didn't think you was like that, but hey, whew, no
What's
more.
that? What's that old saying? What's that old saying about when a person show you who they are the first time? Believe
Maya
them.
Angelou. She said, "Yeah, when they show you who they are, believe them." That's what she said.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, unique. Glad you stopped by. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
coming
Yes,
by.
and come back again. Well, I'm by said like a good neighbor, buy your own tools.
Yes, yes. And the other thing is learning to listen to people with knowledge and information, even if you don't care for them. If they got some good
Yeah.
information and some good knowledge, then you should be eager to learn from them. But as I started to say a few minutes ago, is the our children, uh, and I'll say ours because I'm not singling out anybody, but our children, they don't have time for this particular growing or gardening, but things are getting really done got serious. That you can't even buy a pack of Franks. Used to be you could buy a pack of Franks in the supermarket, the stores, for about $2, $3.
Oh
Now they
yeah.
are $10, $11 a pack.
Bam, I
You know,
remember when I could take 250 and buy a steak. The same steak now is anywhere from 15 to $20 for it. I was at the meat store and I was looking at a rump roast that I wanted. I was like, oh, this would be nice. And I seen it, the price. They said $50. I was like, where's the rest of it? For
mm-hmm,
50 bucks,
mm-hmm,
like where's the rest of this cow or something? I was like, I'm looking in the meat thing. I was like, it's got to be more than this than just this pack for $50. I was like, no way. I'll never have another rump
mm-hmm.
roast. I was like, I couldn't believe that. Nope. Yeah.
Yeah, well, free spirit is it's same in the USA. It's probably worse because
Yeah.
okay,
All right, crafty Leo. Now you know I'm an old girl. I don't even know why you try. You know I'm past 70, so I don't even know why you try to act like that. You're not telling my age. Yeah. And you know what? I remember when gas used to be 50 cents a gallon. So anything else you want to know? I used to ride the bus for free, go to the show for a dime, buy popcorn for a quarter. A loaf of bread was 10 cents. I don't care. I'm glad to be this soul is still alive and kicking and independent. Yeah, I don't mind telling it. My son is 55. My oldest granddaughter will be 35 next month. And I got my first great grandbaby who just turned 2. I'm proud. Woohoo.
amen, amen, and that that's why we call it the OGs, and
Yep.
that we can say and do what we want to do and say because we old like that. Because
Yep.
I remember when I
Sure.
I have I have seen gas prices in my younger days, 19 cents a gallon
Yeah, I've seen that.
when they had a gas war.
Hmm.
But there will be no more gas wars. So you might well get ready to spin it out and dig it up or wherever you got it hid. So things have drastically changed,
Yeah.
and these changes is going to be here for a while, people. So grow a little something, something.
Well, I was listening today where they talking about they trying to get rid of the EBT program, and they
Hmm.
said that if they get rid of that, it's like 42 million households will be
Hmm.
without food. 42
Hmm.
million households. And they were talking about making that effective November the 1st. And they
Hmm.
said letters have been sent out to other states already to notify these folks about these changes in this government program as long as this shutdown is going on. So it's going to be a whole lot of stuff that's going to be real scary real soon. And who was that? I was watching 10 one day, and she said that she had gone shopping, and the young lady who was helping her with her groceries just casually told her that this store is closing. Now, there's no prior notice to the public that this store in that area was going to be closed. So that means you're going to have to go a lot further to find where another place to shop at. So it's just, to me, how sneaky and underhanded they're doing the public about how they're doing stuff. They're not giving us time to be able to prep, if that's the only way you can. I mean, it'll make it hard for people who are disabled,
Mm-hmm.
elderly, low income, and they don't care. It's just like it's about that almighty dollar.
That's true. That's true. And then we had somebody come in here, Shakira. Was that Shakira? I
Yeah.
don't want to miss anybody. I think that's Shakira. Shakira. Okay. Hey, Jed.
Yeah, they would be fighting for 19 cents a gallon. Yeah, them days is gone. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
NJ3.
back. Like I said, that was back when they used to have those gas wars and stuff.
Yeah.
But back beanie weenies will be on the menu soon. Yeah, well, if you can afford them, if you can afford them, because less than 6 months ago, less than 3 months ago, used to
Oh,
you
okay.
could get a can of pork and beans for
Yeah.
about 50 cents.
Yeah.
Now you can't do that.
No.
Now it's $1.50, $1.40 or whatever it is.
What is
So
beanie weenies?
beanie wieners is the pork and beans with the wieners in them,
Oh,
and
okay. All right.
already in the can.
Everybody got different names for wherever they live at for certain foods. So I kind of figured the beanies was like the pork and beans, but I was like, okay, so the weenies, all right, like okay, I got it. I just want to
Yeah,
know.
you're right, Ernie. You need like a people fence around it. Drum beans about 2 years ago and put them in my freezer. Okay.
Yeah, I just finished buying some more. Was it navy beans and black beans? What else would I get in there? Black eyed peas and red beans. I've been stacking up on stuff too, because they said it's gonna be a rough winter, possibly. I said I'd rather be safe than sorry.
And see that's another thing right there, sis, is people they're not looking at the whole picture. Not only are they losing their jobs, the prices is going up also. And
Yeah,
then they're threatening to take away their insurance.
yeah,
It's like somebody said in the chat, it's a domino effect. And that's what the hardest part about the younger people is what. Hey, girl, dad, the younger people are the one that's going to be suffering, and
yeah.
especially the people with small children. I mean, how can you afford to even take your kids to the doctor when they're sick?
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to learn some type of herbs or something to use and
But
stay as
have you noticed, Bamit, that in a lot of rural or urban areas, a lot of the stores are closing and the
yes.
banks too. It used to be a bank, you could throw a rock from bank to bank. Now you got to go a country mile to find a ATM or a bank or a supermarket. It's so many supermarkets that have closed down and overpopulated areas,
Hmm.
and it's ridiculous because like some of the seniors might be able to get a senior bus in the neighborhood to take them shopping and stuff, but if you got a mom that's a mother with 4 or 5 small kids, she can't go shopping with all the kids and try to buy groceries and then drag the groceries too. It's just too much. All these assistant side programs that's made to help the poor and low income poverty level people, they are totally disbanding these programs, and they just leaving these people out to hang to dry. And it's like when these people don't have food to feed their kids and stuff,
Hmm.
the crime rate's gonna start going up. And they don't
There you
understand the
go. There you go.
domino.
That's
You
that's That's what I was saying last week, if you recall, that people are going to feed their children one way or another,
Yeah,
especially those parents that are really parents. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
They gonna make sure that their kids eat, and who can you blame? The only thing you can blame is the government, really. I mean, I've been trying to avoid that statement for the longest, but just like Ernie said, it's like that in Canada.
yeah,
You know, you're working two jobs just to pay rent, and then sometimes if you can find a job, that's the thing about it. If you can find a job, and
yeah.
you notice here lately that if you've been to a fast food place or you pass by a fast food place, you don't have to worry about it because they got people in them fast food places working in there now that used to wouldn't have one of those jobs. They used to wouldn't
Oh
take a
yeah.
job, you know.
Well, look how many folks out here that's got degrees and PhDs and stuff, and they working in restaurants as the managers or, hostesses in there because they can't find a job in their field, and they got to pay them $100,000 or more student loans back. So they can't get any student loan forgiveness. So somebody's got to get paid. And they barely holding on. They not driving no fancy car. They driving something that's being held together by duct tape and rubber bands, and you can't drive without having insurance.
That's
So
right.
I hope you got
That's
a
exactly,
bad record, because you will be paying up the wazoo for insurance if your record ain't right. So
that's exactly right. Exactly right. And we want to thank everybody that came over from Miss Linda's, that came to visit us on our particular chat. And we do this every Sunday night.
yeah.
Yeah, boss, I know you're right. But yeah, Miss Norris, I know.
What you talking about, a big toe?
And just like Georgia Peachnut said a few minutes ago, that it's two classes of people they've always wanted. That was the super rich and the super poor. No middle
And
class,
she
period.
and she was as Georgia Peachnut too. I've been listening to her a lot about all these recalls. So you better start growing your stuff at home, because if you don't want to be sick or dead from all this stuff that they mess around. What was it? Ice cream. They was putting dog food in the ice cream containers and stuff. I was like, what? I make my
You
own
know,
ice cream. You know?
it's a recall about every day.
Yeah, yeah.
About every day.
Mm-mm.
Well,
Yeah.
people, that's my time. So my sister and myself is going to wish you all a good night, and we thank you so much for coming and joining us. And it's time for both of us to get some rest because, like I said, we OGs. I've got a dentist appointment in the morning at 7:30, so it's time for me to get off of this thing and get me some sleep. So we're gonna say good night, and we appreciate each and every one of you all for joining us tonight. And look for us Tuesday night at 7 o'clock on roll call. Thank you much. Good night,
All
all.
right. Good night.